Universe says hello. Here we are. I didn't make it back last night, but I am here this morning and I didn't bring my makeup mirror with me, guys. It's really important to travel with a good lighted makeup mirror. So I did my makeup in the light I had, y'all. We're doing the best we can. How are you guys this morning? All right, so we're back. It was so good getting to connect with you guys yesterday. And as promised, I said I would do another live before I left. And before I leave, we shall live again. So here we are. And we're serving a little bit of magical blue and sunshine yellow. Just good morning, sunshine. So, all right, guys, let's get into it. I wanted to do a reading for the collective. So we will jump into that and see what is on offer for today. I really enjoyed our talk yesterday about the celebrity gossip, and I got an email from one of you guys that said that should be a thing. So, as news is breaking, I have a life where I can actually facilitate that. A butterfly said, "We're gonna fly away." These earrings are so stinking cute, guys, but this one is not going to cooperate, so we're not going to fight it. The one that wants to stay can live. She's going to live. All right. So, what I was going to tell you guys is that the feedback that I got, I thought was really fantastic because people were like, hey, when breaking news happens like that regarding the universe, the world, whatever, can you do a quick reading on it? Because they found some of the takes in it interesting. So I thought, yeah, absolutely. So positively, why not? So my life is as such where I work from home where I can probably catch it. So even if I'm not on camera, we definitely can get into some things. So angels, what do you want the collectives to know today? The collective, the collective, the collective. What do you want them to know today? And if you pop in and say hello, good morning. Hello and good morning, sunshine. What do you want the collective to know today? All right. The first flipper, King of Pentacles, Page of Cups. All right. Let's see what that's about. Gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. All right, y'all. You know, singing's not the ministry. Okay. I have a story here. I'll say the card, then we're going to tell the story. Sagittarian energy here. 8 of Cups, 10 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. On the other side, we have the Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse, King of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, is what I just heard. And so let's get into the word. What you guys need to acknowledge is past triggering. So whoever this video comes up in the algorithm today, this is going to be something that you want to pay attention to. So past triggering is something that has definitely affected you. It affects all of us. But with the 9 of Wands here, we have double Sagittarian energy here on the board. And so with the 9 of Wands, what we have is this ongoing battle that was happening, and there's definitely this weariness that's taken place. You feel drained of energy, or you were feeling drained of energy, but because of your persistence, you are going to develop some integral things that needed to be developed in you, like a backbone, like learning from past failure, learning to gather your strength and to kind of fight for yourself, and kind of taking the last stand. This is my card of PTSD, and so when I see this, I see that I feel triggered. You know how there's that meme on TikTok where it's like triggered and it like shakes, you know? That's the energy that I feel when I see this card is triggered energy. Mm. It's time to return back to emotional balance. One of the things that they're saying here, big story snapshot, is walking away from past transgressors or people that have offended, people that have betrayed, people that have led, bamboozled, and taken you astray, people that betrayed you to your face on purpose, people that stabbed you in your front, not your back, people that took advantage of you. With the Eight of Cups, you had walking away to do. This is also ancestrally and angelically guided for you to walk away from the situations that had you feeling left out in the cold, not loved, not seen. They said that they guided you to live a better life and a better dream. Now, when we come to the other side, one of the things that I see that a lot of the collective has moved into is very masculine energy. You know, if I were reading this like love, I would say that someone cares about you. They want to relieve you of your burdens. They want to, so we'll do some duality here. You know, I love to see what the double meanings are. But someone wants to relieve you of your burdens. They want to take away pain from you. They want you to feel balanced. Someone has a crush on you. So the romantic side of this is there's someone who is emotionally stable, who will help to stabilize you, who with the Ten of Wands upside down does not want you to struggle. They know that there were insurmountable problems that you had to deal with and that you were duty bound and resigned to your fate in your past. And so someone that comes in may very well be wanting to make you feel balanced and they love you. They could be in love with you. I'm hearing, I've been looking for you. Now that I'm something found. I don't know, that's an old Christian song. Someone's been looking for you. They've been watching you, actually, or they've been paying attention to your energy. This is if it's romantically. Someone definitely is like, oh man, I want to take away. I want you to know what love. I know what love is. That's what I'm hearing. I want you to hold me. That part. Someone wants you to know what love is. They want you to. They're in touch with their emotional life. They're a good friend. They're an emotionally stable person. I love the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups because usually the King of Cups can be a little bit too watery, a little bit too romantic, and can give you flights of fancy. With the King of Pentacles, this is grounded energy. So I love that we have two kings on the board. And what that means is whether you are masculine, feminine, gay, straight, whatever you are, everybody's welcome here. As you know, what it is I want to let you know that I got a crush on you. I know you see me on the video, true. I know you heard me on the radio, true. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listen to what your girlfriends mentioned. He's a hoe, he's a trick, he's a freak. Got a different girl every day of the week. Wait a minute. Let's investigate that. I'm not trying to set you all up with the hoe. Communication, Eight of Pentacles. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you one thing real quick. I'm going to flip it out of romance and take it to what could be the overarching lesson here for you. But if it's romance, this is really good. Well, and because listen, I only have one cup. Or two, excuse me, I got a page of cups, but there's one in each. When you get multiple cups when you're doing a reading in any spread, what you're dealing with is effery potentially. Confusion is very scorpionic energy. Seven of Cups very specifically. This is steady. This is like saving all my love for you. Like someone's offering you a cup of their love, a cup just of their focus and attention and energy. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, this is balance. Someone is willing to invest. Someone is patient. Someone sees you as a new job and they want to apply. They want to send in their resume, okay? They're going to be sending in their resume. Also, one of the things too is that they want to bring balance in. And this is someone that's a fantastic communicator. So listen. As far as a romance spread goes, this is a delicious. And I have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of my other little deck over here. This is the Ace of Wands. And my little circle deck, which is one of my favorites. It's a very talkative deck. And I'm telling you, the reason you're walking into this, I keep getting the Eight of Cups, is because you walked away from something. Now, what I'm going to tell you too is that if this is not romance, what this means is that you are in active but very healthy masculine energy to recalibrate past wrongs that were done to you and to get you back into a place where you're feeling stability. You are not tolerating anybody that is coming into your life that isn't able to communicate with you in a manner that you deem appropriate and acceptable. If someone doesn't know how to use their words, you're not interested. If someone doesn't have honesty and one non-confusing cup for you, you're not interested. When I say one non-confusing cup, what I mean very specifically is that people have had a way of being duplicitous in your energy, and so one non-confusing cup is a real thing. So that means that if you're dealing with any business, if someone is doing a business venture, if there's someone that you're going to be pairing up with, if you're working with contracts or anything like that, this is going to go very well, because this is a business partner that's coming in that wants to succeed, that has vetted you as well, that feels like you have the right stuff, baby. So I hear the right stuff. So that's one of the things here too. The other thing about this is that communication is going to be fantastic. And also, they're saying you're going to be a master in your field. This is so interesting to me. With the Eight of Pentacles, this is definitely about new jobs. This is about trade, craftsmanship. It's about being a quality in the craftsmanship that you give. It's about your accomplishment, success. It's about concentration, ambition, confidence. It's about rewards. And so what I see here for you is finally getting your just due. And the reason, if this isn't romance, with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups here, they're saying it's because you've balanced you. You've balanced you. And so you did that after a great battle and walking away and being treated really terribly in past situations. So that could be you leaving a job that was not fitting for you, or working for yourself, or beginning to freelance, or if you didn't do that, getting another job at another place that you actually feel like you were embraced into the community. These are things that you did do. Or you have been working on just stabilizing your own personal security. Security is a word that's popping out here to me. Security, 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 emotional intelligence, choices, action, patience, intuition, generosity. These are the things that are now going to be part of, thank you, to whoever said bless me. These are the things that are going to be part of your new life in reality. Let's see what else we've got here. The Two of Cups that wanted to come out and went back in. Oh, now we got a jumper. Judgment, yeah. The final countdown. Making calls on this. Ooh, now I have the Two of Wands. I have the Two of Wands here again. Let's talk about the Two of Wands. A couple of different decisions here. Planning. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. This is from past situations. Anticipation. Anticipation is what I'm getting here, and now we have a full story, so let's talk about it. The High Priestess of Wands. The Five of Wands. No more competition. A card that doesn't want me to pick it up. Ooh, the Seven of Swords. We don't like you. All right. Let's talk about it. And the Ace of Pentacles. I gotta get out a different deck. Gotta clean this one up. This is interesting to me. So, a couple of different things have happened already. We're recovering from past betrayal. Moving on. It's new romance for somebody, but a really good one. And I'm not talking about romance like on the wings of love, up and above the clouds. Like that part. I like this because this looks like grown-ass energy, okay? I like it because it looks like it's like, where have you been all my life? I've like grown up. We love grown behavior. In my life, I love the cougar or three. And but here's the thing, just because their age was that doesn't mean that they had maturity. But that was my intention in going towards cougar. So grown people behavior is definitely a thing for me. But again, age does not relegate maturity, as I've learned. Let's clarify what this is, because this is a little bit of effery here. So let's see why. Two of Wands, the High Priestess. A decision to be made, and it is about love. Okay, so we're going to go back to love. Sorry. With the two, okay, I'm going to do it two ways, because not everybody here is for love. With the lovers here, which is Geminian energy, what we're dealing with is our duality and our nature. Let's see what it is. With the High Priestess, they're wanting you to trust your intuition. With the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups, sorry, it's love. Mr. Chalk Chalk, hello, hello, hello. It's love. Do you want it in your candy sweets? Do you want it in your black eyed peas? Give it to me, give it to me, give it off key. But that is Jill Scott. It's love. That's the name of the song. It's love. It's love, y'all. Sorry. Beep, 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 beep. If you're not here for love, this one won't be for you. We could just chat. You could listen if you'd like to. But this one is love, and it's interesting to me because it's wish fulfillment. And it's wish fulfillment on a lot of levels. With the high priestess here, it means that your intuition is into it. It means that you're choosing. What I love about the lovers is that it's a choice to be made between two people. But above it are our ancestral guidances bringing us together. Because sometimes the universe, 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck, it's love. I can't make this up. It's love, y'all. It's love. This is a love reading. Sorry, this part just went to love. Bear with me. We'll get back to business and getting onto yourself. Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, 10 of Cups, 9, 10, Ace. Wow. That's a royal flush. What is going on? That's really powerful. Falling in love. Being in love. Staying in love. Everything you've ever wanted in love. Everything you've ever wanted in love. Feeling nurtured. Nourished. You guys have called this in. For whoever this applies to, you called this in. 3 of Cups, I can't make sense. Lovers and friends, that's the 3 of Cups. That's not just your lover. Sometimes I want to be your lover. Sometimes I want to be your friend. Little Usher, baby. Tell me again. Tell me again. Can we be lovers and friends? Girl, listen, we're not talking about this crazy ex of yours. Good night and goodbye. You don't get to come back. I can't make this up. This is such a juicy read. Oh my God. Who in love with you? Who's in love with you? Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I'm acting up. Act up, act bad. I pulled the Sun card, which is ruled by Leo, 5th house, which is all about romance and happiness and great dates and all that stuff. That's the Sun. Then I have the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is when we aren't just obligatorily liking our partner, but we love our partner and we like them too. Like they're a person, they're a friend. Then I have the Knight of Cups. I want to let you know that I got a crush on you. Someone bringing you a cup. It's a lot of cups. It's a lot of cups. It's a good kind of cups. And then what I loved about this is, ain't nobody love me. Girl, it's okay. It's okay. Someone's going to love you, child. Someone's going to love you someday. It's okay. The King of Wands is about phallic energy, masculine energy. And listen, for my same-sex couples, if it's 2 ladies and if it's 2 guys and whatever, what that means is that someone is going to be making an approach and making it clear that they're attracted. And they're going to be like playing that. It's going to be really clear. It's going to be made really clear. So for those of you that are not into the love, I accidentally hit a deck over here. The card that came out is Anxiety, the 9 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands. So yes, Mr. Shock, you do not believe it. I feel your energy here saying it couldn't be me. It never happens to me. I'm here, finally, it's happened to me. But a lot of you guys have fear around it. And that's okay. That's what I'm here to do. I walk people into love every day, y'all. People tell me they never gonna have it again. I've married people that told me I was crazy. So that's fine. But I'm here to bring the message in. And this one, sometimes a love reading comes out and it's so damn juicy. And I'm telling you, it's going to end in marriage. The reason I say this, and when I say marriage is like relative now, because marriage, we all have different kinds of conventional relationships. It never happens to me. How did you detect that? Because we all think it never happens to us. And then it does. And then it does. What did Carrie Hilson say before Beyonce canceled her? Love comes around and it knocks you down. It really does. That's exactly how it happens. But with the contract card here, this is a card that comes in every tarot deck. There's always like a card that's like, this is what the deck looks like. Well, all readers keep it in because it means something to us. And what it means is that there will be an official offer made, and there will be something that happens where you are actually in a connection. And it doesn't mean that you have to go to the chapel and get the papers and all that stuff. And as I'm talking, my stomach is bothering me right now. So there's a lot of distrust in love for the collective. I'm just channeling that right now. A lot of you guys that are going to watch this are absolutely pissed as you're watching. You're like, stop talking about that. Go back to the other part about us strengthening ourselves and getting F boy energy and F girl energy away from us and being in our business bag. I am fighting your energy right now. I feel it. I feel the wave of like, girl, please. I feel it. I feel it. And it's not just you, Mr. Chalk. There will be others. I feel them too. I'm going to tell you guys, someone loves you. Someone will love you. Someone's going to love you. Someone not only wants to love you, they've been watching you. I've been watching you. So what it is even if you haven't met this person yet, someone has been kind of clocking you and paying attention to you. Someone's maybe falling in love with you from afar, all that stuff. But with the contract card, it means that there's a partnership that's like, here. This is now. Like, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, that's because the collective has all this anxiety about it. But I love love. I don't know. That's just my Leo energy. I live for love. I love when people are in love. I love making people love. I love love. I love love. So, this is something here. The reason, listen, here's what I'm going to say about it, and I'm going to get off of this, unless another card comes out to validate it. You can't see it right now either. Or you don't, it's right in front of you, you can't see. You're Ray Charles to it. And the universe is literally Usher. Watch this. Watch this. The universe is like, watch this. You think that you know a couple of tricks? You think you know everything there is to know? You don't. Watch this. So you can't watch it because you're tied up. And this is how you are. This is you, Mr. Chop Chop, right here. Ah! I don't want the love. Get away from me, love. It's not just you, it's everybody. When love beats us up, that happens. And we're like, I don't want it. But I'm telling you, I'm not reading this wrong. I am not reading this wrong. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Why are you like this? Why am I like this? That's a great question. The star card is Aquarian energy, which is about healing, which is what happens after we get beat down by love. And then we have the strength card here, which is, not strength, excuse me. Wow, that was Freudian. It's happening. That's Leo season. Strength card. I said that because the lion on here, it's a 6 of Wands, which is success, excuse me. But let's talk about what the strength card means. Why did I say that, angels? It's because there may be some resistance, but also they're going to give you the testicular and ovarian fortitude in order to get through this. I'm telling you it's love, because the star card here, this naked lady, indicates that someone is focused on you, but also it's sexual. It's a sexual energy. When I get that feeling, hey, I want sexual healing, asexual, healing is good for us. So that's what it is. Someone want to bet, someone want to bet, but it's bigger than that. I don't want you to get like caught in that, because I definitely have masculine energy for sure. So that's the way that I can say it. But I'm going to tell you that someone also wants to make some sweet love to you too. All the things. This is real love making though. If y'all have never had grown up love making, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. It's so funny. In the Pentecostal church, they say that when they're like talking about a blessing coming, and they'll be like, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. And they would think it was so blasphemous that I was using that to describe a sexual situation. But didn't God make sex? Didn't God make sex? Didn't he make it? Didn't God, the creator, she, he, whoever, I don't care what you think it is, the aliens, didn't they make the sex? Didn't they make us want to do it for a reason? Oh, there's my mom calling. She's like, she heard me. She's like, that was my mom calling because she heard her. She was like, you're talking about the sex on the TVs. Yes, Mom, the sex that made me, that you had, I'm talking about it, because all of us are supposed to be having it. Anyway, y'all need a realignment. You need to tune up that part. So even if you don't want it, even if you don't like what I'm saying, that's good. That's why I'm here to channel it. I'm your favorite auntie. I'm your little sister, big sister. I got you. I'm your cousin. I'm your internet cousin, that part. So what I'm going to tell you here is that someone's about to get that heart. Now, if you're in a long-term relationship, this is definitely rejuvenation of the connection. If it's a relationship that you're not into yet and it hasn't found you and you're like, girl, what relationship is a desert, is bare? Oh my gosh, have you guys seen the short with Brescia? Brescia is an actress and she was on Torre. Torre has a show. If you guys know who Torre is, Torre is a Black journalist who's been around forever. Anyway, she did some like jokes about Rihanna, which was hilarious. But the thing that took me, when I say took me out, took me to Jesus and brought me back home. He was like, so you didn't want to get married again? And she was like, I cannot do it justice. You have to go watch it. She was like, it was dry. There were leaves and debris, plastic bag, syringes. She was like, every once in a while, you'd pick up a piece of tinfoil and you'd like, oh, there's hope. And then it would disintegrate to dust. She's talking about the dating landscape. Good morning, Momo's Happy Place. So she's talking about the dating landscape. And it's so funny to me because that is the accuracy of the dating landscape with these dusty mofos out here. So I know what I'm out here talking about. It's love. Do you want it in your candy sweets? Do you want it in your black eyed peas? Y'all are like, please, if you don't stop, nobody wants nothing in their candy sweets. They don't want it in their peas. They don't want it in their bananas or their mamma jammas. But I'm telling you, I'm going to read it again. Read them a week. The high priestess, that means it's a spiritual connection. The lovers, it means that you both are choosing it, but it's been orchestrated. It's above you. It's above you, sir. It's above you, sis. Y'all can hate all you want to. I feel the resistance. I know. I know the people that are going to watch this on the playback. I know a couple of you. I could call you out by name. How y'all are talking shit at the screen right now. That's okay. I still love you. I'm still here. I still love you. So the lovers here is the fact that, and also in this lovers thing, what we have is a really balanced landscape. We have this grassy knoll, we have water behind it, we have a mountain, we have lush, verdant, fruiting trees. So this is like the Garden of Eden, essentially. It's the tree of good and evil, and it is a choice that we make. But this is, and I want you guys to see what I mean by the ancestor said, this hand you will take. Sometimes we choose to take hands. Does that make sense? Sometimes we get into connections and we want to be in them. We want to be in them for whatever our reasons are, whatever our deficits are. We're coming from a certain place in our life and we feel a way about whatever's going on in our life. And so we're like, well, this feels right for me. And every once in a while, like Carrie Hilson said, love comes around and knocks you down actually. And it's not just something that feels right, it is right. And the reason I say it is right is because the High Priestess is pair here. Major Arcana card, a lot of Major Arcanas here. But what this means for me, and listen, the reason I say this too, we have the Star and the High Priestess. This is about nourishment of you and also whoever you will call your paramour, that is true. This is divinely guided. When it comes in, you'll know and you'll feel it in your soul because you are wiser. So the reason that I decided to clarify these cards is because I pulled a bunch of bullshit, to be honest with you. The Seven of Swords, Judgment, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. That's the past energy of people having you in competitions, people being duplicitous, people lying, people being confusing about what they wanted in the connection, people not choosing you like outwardly, even though you were the person to be chosen completely. And that's what they're saying. That will not be this new reality. They said it's above you. That's the thing you need to know. So Mr. Chop Chop, Mrs. that, Mrs. whoever watches this back, I'm going to tell you right now that my mom also must think y'all need love too, because she is not going to stop calling me. She doesn't know I'm doing a live because it's in the morning. So that's okay, Mom. I'm going to call you back. But I'm going to tell you, it's your wish fulfillment too. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about this because it's juicy and because in Leo season, a couple days before my good birthday and solar return, if they say to talk about love, that's what I'm going to do. This is so good. Ace of Cups, the lovers, Six of Wands, 10 of Cups. That's the kind of cups you want. 9 of Cups. This means that this is your wish fulfillment. You both want each other. Look at this desire. Look at the big snake there. That's Kundalini energy. That is sexual energy. That's desire. And that's you guys calling each other. That's very kind of soulmated shit right there. And the reason I say that is because we recognize each other before and all that stuff. And we recognize each other from a distance emotionally and energetically. And so you called each other in. King of Wands, masculine energy is needed in any love connection. I don't care if it's same sex or if it's heterosexual, meaning someone needs to thrust. And I'm not talking about sexual, actual intercourse. I'm talking about making, advancing it forward. Because if we're too much in our feminine energy, it goes nowhere. If we're too much in our masculine energy, it goes somewhere too quickly. So there needs to be a balance. So with the High Priestess and the King of Wands, we have a nice balance, meaning everybody knows their roles to play and there's an ebb and flow in the best way. Ace of Cups is coming from the depths of the soul. You're going to like your partner and you're going to lose control, but in the best way. When I say lose control, it's this. I'm talking about the fact that this is filled with limerence. This is filled with youthful jubilee, and it's also filled with excitement in a real way, and something that you've never seen before. This kind of energy and this kind of love connection, hey, Mr. Chalk, I tell you, is something that will be like you've not experienced before. So for whoever gets this, when you do, please comment below so that people can know I'm not crazy reading this about y'all. So anyway, I will clean it up because I can hear people now like, oh my God, oh, it's okay. I am an eternal romantic. I believe in this. Even if I have never had it, I know it's there. I've watched people have it, and I believe in it. I think that it is exactly, it's what happens when we do our spiritual work, and that's the thing that and I'm not saying you haven't got it because you haven't done enough spiritual work. You need to work harder for it. The thing about this kind of love that comes in is It's a gift after you've done a lot of work. So you won't know that you've done the work, meaning you're doing it and thinking I'm just existing. But when this comes in, it's like we love you so much. We didn't want you to leave Earth without experiencing this. Yeah, that's beautiful. We didn't want you to leave Earth without experiencing this. You're loved. My good sir, my good sis, you are absolutely loved. Also, I'm hearing Whitney Houston, the greatest love of all is learning to love yourself. I think that that's the other part of the message here is that you had to. I'm hearing Beyonce, finally, I put my love on top. And she's talking about Jay-Z. He put her love on top. The only reason anybody puts your love on top and thinks that you're worthy of being loved is when you put your love on top, when you invest in yourself. And that's the real gag and the real truth of it. Let's finish this reading up, guys. The My Collective is sick of love. Angels, can we get anything else? Can we get anything else? Because anything mad. All right. Four of Swords, taking a break, rest, respite. Six of Swords. Ooh, I love it. Contracts, Three of Swords, healing past heartbreak. Beautiful. So what they're saying is you have invested into yourself and they want you to. This next couple of weeks, I'm going to challenge you to find yourself into a spiritual retreat. And I'm not talking about going and spending $6,000 and flying to Sedona or wherever or whatever. What I'm talking about is this. You make your home your little refuge and you rest, my good sir and sis. You do some self-care. You get a good salt scrub. You do or a good sugar scrub, whatever, is your jam. And also find some good music. Light a candle. Get some Palo Santo. Make some ritual or sage, whatever your thing is. Make a ritual for yourself, okay? Where you're able to just love on you. The reason I say that is because this is about nurturance, and your angels and ancestors are trying to bring you over the last hump of something that may still be stuck in you. They want you to pour into yourself. So if there's no loving to do and you didn't relate to the last part of the reading, you can relate to this. Everybody in this collective would benefit from this level of investment. With the Nine of Pentacles, it came up twice. It came up in the other deck when I was putting this away, and it comes up here. With the Nine of Pentacles, everybody can invest in self-investment. And I feel like it's so well mirrored here as she has things laid out and she's doing just a personal ritual for herself. So I'm hearing I'm hearing Enya, not Enya. What was that one song in the 90s that we all thought was so sexy? The Principles of Lust. Oh yeah, someone's getting it. Y'all, it's time for someone to have sex. I don't know what to tell y'all. I can't help it. The Principles of Lust. Someone Google that. You know what I'm talking about? It was like they were whispering. It was Gregorian monks chanting. I'm telling you, there's something about ritualistic. Wait, ritualistic sex? Wait a second. Sometimes angels will go left with me. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, this message might be a lot deeper than you guys want to really get into. Is that breakfast conversation, angels? Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So when you you need to take time to do a healing, rejuvenating ritual for you. Y'all, they made me uncomfortable. And I am nobody's proof. I'm gonna tell you what they're saying. I hate when readers don't say what they say. I hate that shit. Hold on. Not liquor, I promise you. It's just seltzer today. No mango juice and water today. So if I burp in a second, forgive me, because it's just punching my throat. Ooh, dead air is not good for live TV. But y'all, how do I say this to you? First, you need to take some time to love on you. So you're doing the last remnants of healing from a really, really terrible heartbreak, okay? So that's what you need to know with the Three of Swords here. You're really putting that to rest. Thank you for the confirmation audibly from the angels. You're really putting that to rest right now. You're doing the last remnants of healing from a really terrible heartbreak. So the next few weeks before August is over, take some time to create ritual. I want you to think about that. If you have Dead Sea salts, use that. If you have sugar scrub, use that. You got a hot shower, take that. If you got a bath, do that. Soak your feet, rub your body, and literally like ground and be like, I release the last parts of this and I wash it away from me and down. And also, I want you to do this too. They said specifically, because I heard, give thanks with a grateful heart, give thanks. They want you to be in gratitude for the heartbreak, believe it or not. They want you to say thank you for the lessons from the heartbreak, because you got, I heard Kanye, stronger, better, faster, wiser, whatever, right? You improved because of that heartbreak. You are a super scion empath now because of what was done to you. And so they said, give thanks with that as you release it. Do a ritual, wash your body. There's something about you touch my body. You remember what I said about someone loving you, but you gotta love you first? You need to touch your body. Do that. Touch yourself. And I'm not talking about like tweet, here goes my clothes. And you could do that too. Oh my God, Janelle Monáe. Y'all, that whole song she has about masturbation. If you need some sacral chakra rejuvenation or any kind of stimulation, Jesus Christ, she hit it out of the park. But that's really nice. We love Janelle. We love our sapphic sister. Amen, amen. But what I'm going to tell you is this. Yes, touch your body, y'all. Yep, that reader just said that. Do all the things you need to do, but this is more about a ritual. This is not sexual. This is more ritual. Now let me talk about the sexual part that I was like choked up about. Ritualistic sex. Okay, let's talk about that. When you come into contact with someone that's a real connection or a real soulmate, you guys create a synergy that's like no other. And it's not something that you can fabricate. You don't get to pick what that is. You don't get to pick the soulmate it's assigned to you. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. Now, here's the thing that I want you, especially I want us to get out of our toxic twin flame. We're not going to talk about those hoes, those crazy people. We had them. They were lessons. And that's probably some of that heartbreak that you're healing. It's from a past twin flame dynamic and energy. So get out of that and whatever. It's, for me, it's a brand new day, and it's new people that get matriculated in your way. But here's the deal with that. When you are matched up with someone who is actually the right person for you, what will happen is you guys have assignment and work to do, okay? And so a lot of people are all about the romance of it. It's not about that. And I don't know if that's just because of the way that my life is set up, that I just understand it that way, but it's about ministry. You know, everybody talks about power couple energy, and we get caught up, and we're looking at Jay-Z and Beyonce and Barack and Michelle, etc. But what I need you to understand is there's a heavy price to pay for that. And so the reason that these people are matched up with people and they decide to work it out thick or thin is because it's something wonderful to have someone have you understand you in the life that you're in. And if you have a certain kind of life, and if both of you guys are juiced up with your own powers, it's nice to be seen. The way that I describe it, especially, we're gonna get back to the ritualistic sex, I promise you. But the way that I describe it is like Hancock. So in that case, it was really tragic, and they were more of like twin flames. But it was like they had superpowers. If you ever saw Hancock, Charlize Theron and Will Smith were in the movie, and they had known each other, were lovers for many lifetimes. But they were so powerful they could destroy each other. We are out of that phase of being around our toxic twin flame. We are now moving on into actual union and connections that are edifying. When you actually get matched up, because the universe, it can't play matchmaker, audible confirmation, the universe does play matchmaker. And so what happens is when you get matched up, sexual energy is really sacred, and it's the most powerful energy. We can create with it, we can manifest with it together as well, but also separate. Like if you're not sleeping with anybody, you can use that for your artistic endeavors, for your outlets, for whatever. But when you're with a partner and you are blessed to be with somebody that is equally yoked, and what I mean by equally yoked, I'm talking about someone who has the same spiritual beliefs, someone who is the same kind of entity as you are, whatever, however you identify in this great world, whether you're an alien, whether you're a mermaid, whether you're a fairy, when you get linked up with someone who has similar energy or who gets your thing, sexual connection is really powerful. Now, I have been very lucky to have a soulmate that I did get to sleep with, and it was a guy, and we did all kinds of real great work together, and he absolutely changed my life. But we were very cognizant and aware of our sexual energy and our sexual parent. It doesn't mean that every sexual encounter was like, oh, alhamdulillah, it wasn't like that. But there were times where there were things where I needed to break some things, or I needed to, like I was, y'all know my life. I live my life exactly how I want to, but I was dating a girl, and we were dating too, this guy and I. The girl was kind of toxic, and I needed to break out of that connection. She had a kind of soul tie hold on me. It was one of those toxic kind of connections. She was Basorda, and it wasn't anyone that you guys have heard me talk about. It was just someone I dated lightly. It wasn't a long term trauma, but he called it. He was like, "This girl is really unhealthy for you," and I was like, "Are you jealous?" I had to read the room and do all the work there, and then at the end of it, I knew that my soulmate that was assigned to me, my mom, is calling again. It's because I called her a bunch of times too, so she's fine. But I will get to her shortly. Um, I had all of this. I had all of this animus about getting out of this relationship, and so we literally worked together during a sexual encounter. TMI, but it is. You need to know how powerful this is to break the hold that I had with this person. And it wasn't because he was jealous. I really did my investigations. I really prayed about it. I really thought about it. And I was like, oh my goodness, this person is hella toxic. And he was like, yeah, so are you ready to do the work? And I'm going to tell you that sexual encounter, while it was sex and it was fine, it was work. I didn't want to do it. It was ritualistic to a degree. And I was like, I guess. But girl, it worked. It worked. It broke the chain. And it absolutely worked. Hold on one second, guys. All right, so everything is fine. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. So, all right. So, one second. All right, so what I was saying is, I don't know why my mom was calling all the time I was talking about sex. That is so funny to me. My mom actually really liked that soulmate. What I'm going to tell you here about the soulmate energy and what I'm reading here about this is that you have an opportunity to come together with someone where you can change each other's lives, and also where you are destined to be in each other's lives to change lives. That part. It's not just about you. We can get myopically focused on the pleasure that a partner can bring, but the truth is, everything for me is about ministry, and maybe that's not the same for everybody. I don't know if it has to be that, but for my collective here, you guys are a little bit more highbrow, and we're past just random sex with people for funsies and for making our genitals feel good and whatever the case may be. Sex is pleasure. It's supposed to be all of that too. But gosh, have you ever thought about where you could push it? When I talk about ritualistic sex, I'm talking about tantra specifically. I'm talking about semen retention. I'm talking about actually connecting, eye gazing, all of the things that in today's hookup culture is just like obliterated because we're like, what? We was fucking. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Monette? And no, it's bigger than just that. And there's more to be done with it. But you can't do it with somebody that's not ready to do it. I've been fortunate in my life to have one. I have a life partner. Y'all know I'm married. But that is not the kind of sexual energy that I exchanged with my life partner. With my soulmate, that was the kind of energy that I exchanged with him. And so only once in my lifetime. But I know it's possible. And I think they allowed me to experience that so that I could teach you guys that it's achievable. It is achievable and it is life changing. And those are the kind of relationships where you don't leave them saying, oh my God, you scarred me for life. That is, he's the love of my life. I adore him. I adore him to this day. And he brought so many beautiful lessons my way, and I brought lessons his way too. But that was the assignment that we were called in to do. He activated me to be here today. The Monette that you see was activated by that soulmate because he spoke life into me. And that is the magic of a soulmate. They will do that for you. They see things about you that you don't see. They're designed to see things about you don't see. And if you can factor that in with the sexuality, it's amazing. Anyway, but that's not something that you, the thing about that is it has to happen very naturally. Just understand that it's a powerful thing. So take that a little bit more seriously. If you're still in your whole phase, I'm not mad at you. We've done that, been there, done that, and we all have to go through that. But understand that the next time you couple with somebody, be a bit more mindful of it. Because if you guys have, superpowers, and everybody in this collective has superpowers. That's one thing you need to know. It's not just for a few of us. We all have special gifts and ways that we show up in each other's lives to help each other. I'm not just talking about our lovers. I'm talking about our friends, our parents, everybody. So we all have a way that we show up in each other's lives in a way that we are able to connect with people. And so you will be assigned with someone who's going to elevate you and take you to your next level so that you can connect and actually grow in a way. And so the thing about soulmates too is that, and not to traumatize you, I feel like the one that I was reading for earlier stays. It feels very much like this is someone you'll know for the rest of your life. However, sometimes soulmates come in and out, and they're not all sexual too. So don't get like hung up and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna like someone, it's gonna be great sex, and we're gonna have chemistry, and then they disappear. No, maybe not. But soulmates can be simple little friends that pop in and all that stuff. It's not as intense as we make it. It means that they are aligned with us. We share similar energies, and that we were literally destined for a moment in time to meet up and to have some kind of sharing of something, to activate something, and then to kind of like go fly off and do other things. But for those of us that do desire coupling and do desire long-term connection, work for it, build it. When I say work for it, let this be worked for. Let them work for you, work for them, whatever the case may be. But when the pairing of sexual energy happens, take that shit seriously. And that's what I'm here to tell you today. That's what you guys needed to know at the back end of it. Because a lot of you guys are coming out of these really toxic twin flame dynamics where your sexual energy was used against you. And it was like so greatly undervalued. And I hate that because sex is amazing, and I feel like you guys should be having people that are treating you like the kings and the queens that you are. You know what I mean? That part. And that's possible. And again, I've only ever had it with one, so I know. Meaning, like, yeah, sure, have I had sex with other people, of course, but have I felt, you know, like spiritually aligned, like, I was supposed to meet you for lifetimes? Yes, that was one person. And so it is possible. So I do not want you, thank you, Mr. Chop Chop. I do not want you to think that I do not want you to think that this is impossible because you haven't had it, or because you're in a drought, or because you got your feelings hurt, or because the twin flame stomped your heart and just triangulated you, and all the things that twin flames do. Fuck them. I'm talking about you deserve this. And it's time. And it's coming in. And so I don't care if it's a year from now, 2 years. I don't care if you're in the relationship right now. If you are, talk about that. If you are in a current long-term relationship that works, talk about how you've been nurtured by that. But what I'm telling you is that you guys are coming into a season, if you're in a current relationship where the sexual energy is about to ramp up. And the ramp up of the sexual energy isn't just gratuitous, it's spiritual. And I love that for you. So, or your next connection that you get into, it will be intentional. It will be someone that cares about you to the level you're at. Listen, everybody's not me. So I need everybody to be as woo-woo, meaning like I would approach I'm also very carnal, and I'm also very, like I said, I have a lot of masculine traits regarding my sexual approach. Even though I have a man and a husband, I've dated women. Y'all know my story. So when I say that, what I mean when I say masculine traits, it's not about what you're doing or what you're wearing in the bedroom or any of that stuff. What I'm talking about is like I can be kind of mannish in a way, you know, in my approach. And what that means is that I like sex. I really like sex. And I not only do I like it, but I understand its function. But here's the thing, what's so interesting is I have dated people and not even touched them. And I have found myself being like, oh my gosh, I'm so different than the whore. I had my whore days, y'all. I had my whole days that I was in my 20s. And that is a function of my spirituality, and that's something that I want you guys to factor in to your next connections. Like, I don't even exist in the same framework. I understand how powerful sexual energy is, and I don't care how attracted I am. I am so careful about, like, is this right? Because I know how energy transference happens now. My 20-year-old self didn't care. I was knocking them down. I was having a great time. It was amazing. The issue is that you get people that get attached to you. And my sweet empaths, hear me, beautiful boos. People love your energy. They might like your body too, but they love your energy, and that's really what they get addicted to. And that sex may be amazing as well, because we empaths are very skilled at fulfilling other people's needs and making people feel loved, you know, and really taking our time and intuiting what people need. We're good lovers. I know that a lot of you guys could probably comment below that, you know, what is that you've gotten good feedback. Those beautiful little girls right now that are, oh, excuse me, I don't want to say little girls. They are grown women. They are in their 20s, but they have that song that has been everywhere. Hello, Christ. I'm about to sin again. I'm made of sugar, spice, canela, and cinnamon. Well, in the beginning of that song, she says, I'm a great fuck, but a better lover. That's like a whole video I wanted to make. I was like, let's do a reading on that. As empaths, we're great fucks, but we're better lovers because we are built for love. And I just have loved that these young ladies are out here owning themselves and talking about needing space and being introverts and like, I like you, but I like me more. And I'm like, yes, we've come so far. I'm so proud of them. But I was like, sis, you better tell the truth. You're a great fuck, but a better lover. You hear the audible confirmation from the angels? Thank you, angels. But that's the truth. We good at all the things we do as empaths, but one thing we're fantastic at is loving, right? So if you really want to have great sex with empath, love them, nourish them, pour into them, and wait for them, and wait till it's really right. So that's something I want to tell you. While I love sex, go have it, you need it, it's coming. I'm going to tell you that, and then wait to see if there's a spiritual alignment. And there have been times where I've been dating someone and I thought like, oh, because my soul, Chuck just said, I know that's right. Wait, my soul, my whole phase was like, ooh, sexy time, yes, yes, yes. But my angels were like, wait, there's something you've not seen about this person's character, or they're playing some kind of reindeer game, or they're playing in your face. Whatever the case was, they made me not get what it was. I was like, what, are we done? Is we finished or is we done? I'm ready, right? And my angels were like, aren't you glad that you waited? Aren't you glad that you got to see why we told you no? Because your energy is precious. You've been working too damn hard. And that's what I'm going to say to y'all. To clean your energy, to have it be pure, to pray, to sage, to get away lower vibrational people, to cut off old toxic friendships. You've worked too hard to just mess it up with someone who's lower vibrational who thinks you're delicious, because empaths, we are delicious to a lot of people. You would be surprised how many people are checking you out when you're outside and they're attracted to you, and you'd be like, me, I look crazy today, but you radiate gorgeous sunshiny energy, a little sun, a little solar plexus yellow. You radiate sunshiny energy. And so people get very attached to you, and you may not have realized that because you didn't realize your powers. Maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you didn't know how powerful you were. So when you have people spinning the block 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, some of my clients had people spinning the block 40 years. Like, you remember back in high school when we were in my old cat? I'm like, excuse me, ma'am? It's so adorable to me. Some of my clients, I have clients that are in nursing homes that have people spinning blocks. So I said, I know that's right. It's one of my favorite quotes from my angel. She said, I'm 73 and someone's still calling me baby. I said, bitch, you better preach. That's right. I love romance. And since the moment I heard that, I was like, why do I have to die because I get older? Oh, we're back. Sorry, cut out. I'm going to be whatever age and someone's still going to be calling me baby. And that's something you can will for yourself. But here's the thing. People want to call you baby. So that's the real channel message that's coming in. A lot of people get addicted to you. A lot of people remember sex that they had with you. A lot of people can recollect. And you're thinking like, I didn't even think I was so amazing. Or I didn't even whatever at the time. Like, I think back to some of me not knowing what I was doing versus not knowing what I'm doing. And I was like, oh, okay. And, like, I had someone tell me once, guys, it's a lot of TMI sex talk. I need to put a little disclaimer on here. This guy, someone I used to date in Alabama, like a big old redneck. Okay, literally big old redneck. Joe was like probably the biggest guy I dated, and no hate, Lizzo. And he was tall too. He was like six or something. He was just like a big dude. And I don't even know if we like fully slept together. We just kind of like messed around. He had a crush on me for a while. I had a crush on him. We were at the same church and we were, hello Christ, I'm about to sin again. I'm made of sugar, spice, connecticut, and cinnamon. And so I was like, Christ, I'm about to sin again. This big fine man. He was like, he had a great voice. He sang on country and everything. Deep voice. His name was Joe. And we just kind of messed around, and that was it. I didn't think too much of it at all. Like, we got in contact years later. He was a trucker, had a CDL. He was rolling through my town. Like, years later, he reached out. He was like, hey, I'd love to meet up and take you for coffee, and whatever the case may be. We went out for coffee, and while we're at coffee, homie just starts disclosing that, like, he still, like, pleasures himself to me, and he thinks about I was like, that little experience, because I felt like it was very benign. It was very, like, first, second-y base because church and my own indoctrination and the cult and all the things. And so I didn't really think too much of it. I never thought about it, to be honest with you. And I'm not just saying that to be ugly. Like, I truly, he was like, oh, there's Joe. Yeah, Joe, let's meet for coffee. That's so sweet. But for him, it was something that he replayed. And he was like, this is what he said, and this is what I want you guys to, maybe some of you guys need to hear this about yourself so you understand. He was like, you were, I don't know, we were in our 20s at the time. He was like, you were a woman and like you knew what you wanted and whatever, and that was very attractive to me because, I don't know, probably he'd been messing with other church girls that were like whatever, but I was fast and I was like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I like. So it was really an interesting feedback to hear about my prowess, as they say. But I was like, oh, that's so interesting and that's so nice. But here's the thing, it's not just about me. How many of y'all have had people spin the block talking about, I remember what we did back in 1993, 72, 81, 2005, right? People spin the block. And yes, the sex is part of it. But you know what it is? It's the energy. Our energy is kind of amazing. And even before we know that we're on the spiritual journey and path, people like our energy. I'm like, what we did, me and Mr. Joe, that was not, to me, whatever. But for him to be like, that's in my spank bank, I was like, really? That's so interesting. Thank you for this coffee. It's not happening again. I had a girlfriend at the time. So I was being faithful. Forever young, I was being faithful. And she was a hot mess anyway. But the point is, it was interesting feedback. And it's something that I hear that my clients get all the time. That they're like, oh my goodness, this person reached out to me or someone spun the block. It happens all the time. And I'm like, it's because we are divine. Knock, who's there? Spirituality, that's why they care. They don't even know why they're so attracted to you, but they're so attracted to you, not just because you've been in bed, but you that too, but because of the emotional and spiritual work that you do. And that's why I'm saying, when the new comes in, or when you attract a new relationship, or you decide to finally let somebody in after years of being closed down and hermited to heal after the betrayal of the twin flame ordeal, make sure they're worth it. Because if it's worth it, you can work it. You put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. That's from the book of Missy Elliott, okay? If it's worth it, then it's worth it. And it will elevate the two of you. You know you picked a karmic if the bank account is depleting faster than you can replenish it. And I'm not just talking about regular spending and stuff. Lord knows I certainly do that. But I'm talking about not just your bank account, but your emotional account. How is your hair holding up, sis? How many of my good sisses out there have lost some edges behind some drastically dusty person in their life? How is your weight? Is it fluctuating? How is your gastrointestinal doing? This is where we have karmic losses and wins, because one of the things that happens to empaths specifically is IBS. Now it's being studied and actually put in actual medical journals. We all got to see the butterfly. You got to see the magic. We emerging, we evolving, right? It's been put into journals that IBS is a direct symptom, an autoimmune symptom of being in toxic narcissistic relationships. And so, y'all, I was so toxic with mine that mine got full diagnosis and the whole thing, and now I have treatment for the rest of my life because I was empathing on the strongest level of empath, giving away all of my energy to crazy people, and also sexually giving away energy to crazy people, not just willy-nilly, but thinking I loved them or cared about them and not realizing that they hadn't done a lick of their work and they deserved none of it. Now, here's how I know how powerful our sexual energy is. When I dismounted from my toxic twin, the reason that I was able to get my head cleared and get the fog cleared is because I stopped fucking with her. Because I stopped fucking on her. I stopped letting her fuck on me. Excuse me. It's morning time. Get your coffee. I hope you're up. Wake up. Rise and shine. Wake up. Night night. We're in the light. I stopped allowing her to have sexual connection with me. Even though she tried, even though it was tempting, even though I don't think that there's probably, here's a TMI, or your internet because it's going to tell you the truth. There's probably never been another woman that I've been that attracted to. And even if she's watching this because she's a stalker sometimes, it was you. It was you. But you know what it was? It was all that toxic karmic-ish. Meaning like physically, viscerally, like blue balls attracted to. It was such an interesting thing. My angels were like, how bad do you want to ascend? And I was like, I don't know if I want to ascend this bad because I don't think I'm going to have sexual chemistry like this with anybody else. So why y'all hate me? Like, y'all think that I'm just over here being like, oh no, it's so easy. No, I talk to my angels just like this. Like, y'all hate me? You know how you said to me, Mr. Chop Chop, why you like this? That's what I say to my angels. Why y'all like this? Why did you give me the greatest challenge of my life to resist someone that I was so attracted to and had such high compatibility with? It's very hard to find real sexual compatibility with somebody. And our toxicity loved each other. And my angel said, if you want the life that we have for you, if you want to talk to the collective, if you want to read for people around the world, if you want to travel internationally, if you want to write books, if you want to paint paintings, if you want to be a spiritualist and a high priestess and a shaman and all these words that I didn't even think would ever apply to me, then you have to give up something sacrificially. And it's this bullshit sexual low vibrational connection that's keeping you grounded in toxicity. Come on, that's the word. That was the word they gave me. They said, if you want more for yourself, you got to bust through these karmic doors and blow through the test. And a lot of you are looking back at that ex, and let me tell you what happened. They refused to do the work because it hurt too much. They were codependent, just like you. They didn't want to get out of the codependency, so they picked someone else low vibrational who they could have codependency debacles with, and that's what it was. But you said, I resist. I will leave this. I will walk away from it. I will do anything to elevate. And then we're in the barren desert of hermit land. And we're like, fine, I love it over here. I hate people. I never want to go back. And then something happens. Something strange. It's just begun. I'm not singing Beauty and the Beast right. Belinda, where are you when I need a lyric correction? There must be something here that wasn't there before. Falling in love, being in love, feeling limerence, meeting soulmates, all that stuff. It doesn't always start out just like you want. And here's the thing. I will say this. This is pretty universal. There's always someone that knows immediately. That never changes. And the other person has to wake up to it, or they don't. But here's what I don't want you to get stuck on. If someone doesn't wake up to what it is, guess what? Next. And not Ariana, thank you, Nick, because she's on some bullshit. That's another codependent thing. That's the next reading, actually, guys. I'm going to come back on here and do a reading about Ariana and the little man-stealing situation that she just did, and talk about the codependency of it, and talk about the pathology of it, and diagnose if you've ever been Ariana. Have you ever felt like you got your comeuppance by taking somebody else's man? I'll take your man right out the box and put him under my padlock. I'll take your man. That's Ariana's mantra. Let's talk about why. That's a mental note to myself. We're going to read about Ariana. But what I'm going to tell you is this. When you are in these connections, it is not just for you to exist or coexist. It's for you to elevate. And so your sexuality makes you and the next person great. But the past person didn't want to do the work to escape the karmic lessons of they're still 18, they're still immature, and it was too hard for them to purify themselves in the waters of Lake Minnetonka, as Prince says. It was too hard for them. So they're back there asking still, why do doves cry? Maybe I'm just like my mother. Maybe she's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? Bickering, fighting, shenanigans. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Meanwhile, you're like, driving away in your yellow Cadillac, whatever he said, you got on your red beret. You're living your best life. No more purple rain for you. Now you're walking in a different day for you. And you can be in sexual connections that actually edify and juice you up and make you feel loved and make you feel not depleted at the end of it and not dirty. And girl, we've all been there where we've been like, why did I do this? Why did I even do this? Okay. So, that's the part that I want you to focus on. It's not by accident that you have this thing of celibacy. It was meant to happen. You needed it. But when you emerge, y'all gonna emerge like those little cicadas. You're gonna come out. It won't take 18 years for some of you. I pray. But you will come out of that and you'll be like, oh, this is why that karmic ex had to go away, and this is why I had to clean myself energetically. This is why I had to not really be up underneath anybody. Because what happens when you stop taking in all that energy of other people sexually is you find out who you are. And that's such a beautiful thing. You find out who you really are. And when I stopped sleeping with my toxic twin, I discovered me. I discovered me. And it was hidden underneath her. I was very much at Midler. Did you ever know I'll be your hero? I was a wind beneath her wings. And she was just stealing my energy and using it for bullshit. I was like, what are you doing? You don't even want to change the world or heal the world or do anything with this. You just want to use this to sleep with more bitches? And I wasn't mad at that. I was never a hater and never that. Our relationship was what it was, but I just thought it was just a wild waste of the work that I had done. So, and I thought, how beautiful would it be someday to be in connection with someone who sees me like I see them, who honors me like I honor them, who loves me and pours into me like I pour into them. Wait, what does Chuck say? But we need your skin and body care routine, ma'am. Are you kidding me? You are hilarious. It's makeup, okay? It's smoke and mirrors. That's what it is. It's sugar, spice, connecticut, and cinnamon. That's what my skin routine and my hair. It's a great Milani lipstick. It's a really good MAC foundation. It's Juvia's Place eyeshadows. And today I used my old school electric palette. I cannot get rid of this thing. It is like dead. When I say dead, I love this palette, but I've had it and it's in pan in most of the places, but there's a couple of really good blues. There's a blue in there that's like, I can't find it anywhere. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Chalk. He says, I look so good. Thank you. Well, thank you. I feel good. But let me tell you why I feel good and I look good. It's not just because of the smoke and mirrors. That's that spiritual energy. That was getting away from my toxic twin who was freaking literally killing me from the inside out. Actually, like I'm gonna have to be on infusions for the rest of my life, trying to fix how I mess up my stomach behind this crazy person. So I'm telling you, it's not worth it. And what my angel said is, can we move you into a space where you find out that being with someone sexually and sharing energy with anybody that is the next soulmate or whatever the thing is so much better than what you had, sis. And so I hold space for you because, again, I've only experienced it once in my life, but for you guys, I will tell you it's possible and it's worth you having your celibate time. And one day you will hear the Beauty and the Beast and it will be, there must be something here that wasn't there before. New and a bit alarming. Yeah. It's my favorite song because you'll see here's where she meets Prince Charming, but she won't discover that it's him till chapter 3. There's something unfolding. There's something unfurling. There's something that's coming for you. I can feel it coming in the air tonight, but not foreboding. This is right. This is light. This is real connection. This is, hey, I love it. It's love. My heart's they've been following me and now I follow them. I believe in love, guys. If you guys can see that. There's hearts all around the band and then hearts in the middle. I believe in love. And love heals us. But our self-love is what reveals us. That's the skin routine. It's self-love. Real talk. And then you will then be attracting higher. See, it's not just like, so for me, we're talking about sex, but I'm not just attracting sexually. I'm attracting business opportunities. I'm attracting soulmates that are friends. I'm attracting cool connections and metaphysical people to chat with. It's not, so that's how I'm channeling my sexual energy, since I'm not expressing it in the same way like we're talking about here, but I use it for other things and it pays. I'm attracting a whole new level of clientele. I'm attracting referrals, and it's not that I'm actively like, come to me. I'm very much been kind of learning from some good cool soulmates in my life that I can just be, and it comes to me. Virgo in me wants to work for something, and sometimes maybe you guys can relate to that. And my angels were like, no, paradigm shift, sis. But you know what? All of that happened because new soulmates came in. And that happened because I cleaned my energy and I got rid of my toxic twin. Because there was room. You know how you clean out your closet so you can buy new shit? That part. I cleaned out the trash and new beautiful things, new beautiful people with interesting new ideas that were not like mine, things I had never heard, that sent me YouTube videos that I had never seen, that shared thought forms with me that I would have never cottoned onto. That's what I mean by people are dispatched to you. So how much more juicy will it be if someone's dispatched to elevate your sexual and sacral energy? But these people were dispatched and they just elevated my crown chakra and cerebral energy. Does that make sense? They were not here to have sexy time with me. They were just here to be like, hey sis, have you ever thought about this? And that thought changed the way I did my business. Does that make sense, guys? That's what I mean by soulmates come in and your energy brings them to you. Now imagine you're attracting like that and you hook up with someone that doesn't respect you, doesn't want to get to know you, doesn't understand your spirituality, and you give them all that juicy energy. Now they're feeling good about themselves, and now they're flirting harder, maybe cheating on you and taking that energy to other people. They think, I could pull, look at me, I'm so magical, she loves me, so everyone else will too, and everyone else will, because our energy radiates. One thing that I'm very careful of, real quick here, a message, is don't give your energy away unless there's reciprocity. The end. That's it. That's the message. That's the TED Talk. That's the. I was watching a great Netflix show that one of my soulmates introduced me to. The Survival of the Thickest. It's on Netflix. Anyway, she was like, "Thank you for coming to my Brown Titty TED Talk," and I said, "I know that's right. Thank you for coming to my Brown Titty TED Talk." That part. Don't give your energy away to anybody that isn't reciprocal, because our energy is magical. So I know what my energy do. I'm very aware of it, and I'm very unapologetically almost cocky. That's where Leo comes out of me the most. When I'm like, listen, I already done made. I'm a king maker. I'm a queen maker. I'm a way maker. I know how to elevate you to a place that you will never not. You won't see it, because that's what I do as a soulmate. My gift is to see people's gift. So that's why I say know your power and know your gift, because we all have something that we are in someone's life to do, that we are like bestowed with certain gifts, and only you have it, and you can make people see something differently or feel differently or help them have a revelation in a certain way. And so I now am very cognizant after my toxic twin. That's why I say give thanks for the twin, because she taught me so much. They taught you so much. And so I'm very thankful for that, because I watched myself make a queen. I watched myself. She was a more masculine energy, but I was a kingmaker. I made her into the very king she wanted to be energetically, and she got a lot of clout and energy off of me. And my angel said, "You see that?" They were like, "Watch this. Watch this. Watch how when you walk away, it all goes away. You're the magic. You are the light. You are the way." It doesn't mean that you're perfect and you have it all. That's why I say when you get into union with someone that is like-minded like you, whew, there is nothing you can't do. I think that is the pinnacle. I think that's the pinnacle. But I will tell you that we have spent a lot of our energy on people that didn't deserve it, made them into people that were not worth it, and then they acted so ungrateful. Ingratitude is my pet peeve. Give people their flowers all the time, every day, and actually. Because if someone does something for you and if they love on you, then that's the least you can do. That's my Leo thing. It's like, say thank you. I say thank you. I'm so grateful for the way that people love on me and care for me. And I give my flowers to every client, friend, soulmate, and energy that comes to me that edifies me, because I know they don't have to. We don't have to do anything. And you didn't have to do anything for your toxic twin or your ex either, but you did. Just by virtue of you being proximal to them, you shifted their dynamic, their energy. You changed their tax bracket. They were radiating. They wanted your skin routine, and they sucked it out of you. Meghan Markle and Harry. You see how the nurses will make me looking great and you looking scary? That's what happens. So flip it and reverse it. Now get with a spiritual soulmate that's on your same level, and you both are worth it. And it's glow, glow, light, light, lit, lit. Hello, Christ. I love this sin again. We're both made of sugar, spice, connecta, and cinnamon. And you can be besties with that twin again. You don't understand? That twin, that new soulmate, that new energy, because they're twinning in the way that isn't toxic. They're twinning in the way where spirituality is elevated, and now the sky is the limit for your growth, and you can benefit each other. And when you walk away, you can say, I'm grateful for what I bestowed to you, and I'm grateful for what you bestowed to me. For having known you, I am better. That's the way that I left my soulmate. That was so beautiful to me, that man. Because it wasn't with bitterness like we usually see in some of our connections. We're like, oh, I hate that. He changed my life forever, and I made his life really better too in a lot of ways. And he always gave me the feedback and always gave me my flowers, even after we broke up. You never break up with a soulmate with whom you share that kind of love. I will tell you that. I love him for eternity. So that's the difference. Toxic bitterness is the end result, and regret and depletion and exhaustion, karmic losses, bankruptcy, financially, spiritually, physically, health-wise, emotionally. With a soulmate that's actually sent in for you, that you can share sexual energy with too, if that's a bonus, if that's what it is for you, you leave juiced up. You leave happy. You leave feeling good. You leave feeling edified. So I've had soulmates that I've had to Hey, multi-millions preach. I've had soulmates that they were really just in my life for a quick minute. And we stayed in contact and stuff like that. You know, even though life separated and we had to do different things, but we still like reach out every once in a while, pick up where we left off, and it's like we never missed a beat. And it's so good. We're like, girl, I'm so glad I met you because XYZ and whatever, right? And this is just like strictly platonic friendship. But they weren't supposed to be in my life forever. But there was no bitterness upon whatever the separation was because I saw the message that they were here to help me in this way and I was here to help them in that way, and that was great. Again, the holy grail is if you can really connect and stay. But you know, it happens in some way or another. All I want you to remember is this, as I'm going to close down here because I got to get ready to go to brunch or breakfast or whatever we're doing this morning with the family. Trust and believe that you're worth the wait. Trust and believe that you're worth a fantastic date. Trust and believe that when you share sexual energy with someone that deserves you, you only will elevate, 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 elevate. You're only going to elevate. And no matter what your sexual dynamics are, same, different, hetero, cis, everybody's arguing, the girls are fighting. You energetically should be made of sugar, spice, kanekalon, and cinnamon. And the spice part is this. Should be some pushback in your soulmate energy. They need to have their own autonomy and identity. That's really important for me. And any soulmate that I have, platonic or otherwise, I want them to know who they are because I'm going to trust them to not just advise me, because I don't just take advice blindly. But the way that my soul works is I bounce things off of someone, but I want to know that you're paying attention and I can have an intellectual conversation with you and that you can bring something to the table. It's so funny, we're talking about what you bring to the table. I want someone to bring their brain to the table, okay? I don't need you to build me anything. I don't need you to cook me nothing. I mean, I don't mind that though. I'm saying a chef's favorite meal is the one cooked by somebody else, but not in the masculine sense of like what they bring to the table, all that bullshit that's happening in the manosphere. What I'm talking about is, are you here? Are you crown chakra? Are you here? Are you heart chakra? Are you here? Are you solar plexus here? Are you sacral chakra here? Are you rooted here? Is your throat open? Can you talk to me? That's the energy. That's what I want you to bring to the table, okay? And we can build an empire infinitely together. That's what you should be looking for in your connections. The universe will always supply the rest of it. If you're in alignment, you live off of gas fumes, so y'all should be, definitely, I have a couple clients that like to take care of people. When I say take care of people, like they like it for control dynamics, okay? And so maybe be all self-sufficient that way. But what I'm saying is that someone should be equally yoked with you and bring you stuff and bring you ideas and bring you energy, and that will make it so that it feels worth your while. So even if you have to walk away, it won't be bitterly, because you'll be like, oh my god, I got so much from this connection. I'm so grateful I met this person. I'm so glad this person existed. But reciprocity, don't give if it's not given. So I stop that. I will literally stop it in my tracks. I have been absolutely 100% smitten. But if I'm like, oh, this person isn't as into this as I am, then I'm just not going to give the same level of energy as I used to. Before, as an empath, I was a what? Overachiever. Say it with me, girls and guys. I was like, I was important to you, important to you, important to you. Nah, I step back now. I've had it happen several times where I'm like, that's interesting. Because I know the end result. And it also, this is what I'll leave you with. Don't create monsters. Sometimes if we love people so well and they're not feeding back and giving back and it's not reciprocal, what will happen is we turn them into monsters and then they're like, I don't need you. And it's not that I'm saying you need to be egotistical, like, oh no, be worried that someone's not going to need you. But what they will do is almost be mean to you. I know you guys have seen that, where they are so taking for granted all the work that you did with them and that you had to do. And that is the greatest affront to me. And so my angels are like, pay attention. We don't care how much caught up in the fog of attraction you are. What's happening with the energy? I'm a great accountant. Who knew? I have a CPA and I'm not great at math, but regarding emotional energy, my calculations are to a T. I pay attention to that, and it's something I want you to pay attention to as well. You deserve that. There should be reciprocity. Don't make anybody into a king or a queen unless they are making you feel like a king and a queen too. Yeah, that part. Both bring to the table what you can and what you will do, but it should be the both of you, all two of you. Yes, that part. All right, guys. So good sharing energy today, talking about all the things. Kay Sala, hey, good morning. Thank you, Kay Sala. Sala, thank you. Sala says, looking good, girl. Thank you. You're just getting ready to go out and do a little brunch with the family. I don't even know what time it is. My niece is probably, she hasn't texted me yet, so she's up though. We saw each other this morning. So anyway, guys, so good sharing energy with you. The promise is, I have to say it here, otherwise I will forget, an Ariana Grande reading on everything. What's happening there? Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's be nosy. Y'all want to investigate with me? I love a little investigation. Let's investigate together. Love yourself. Do your rituals. If you didn't watch this whole live, watch it back. The advice from your angels is in the month of August, create a very ritualistic self-care day for yourself. They want you to thank your toxic twin, release them officially. Thank you so much for the beautiful lessons you taught me. They want you to welcome in new, kismet, beautiful, sexy energy. For those of you that are ready to have sex, they say, get ready, get ready, get ready. In a Pentecostal women, it's a blessing. Okay, I heard, open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. That's also about stuff being, I heard Doja Cat, she keeps it juicy, it keeps it all that. Yeah, it's time to get that energy back, because oxytocin and serotonin is needed for some of you, is what the doctor has ordered, not for all of you. I understand, don't come for me, but you know what, also come for me. I'm here as a person, for whatever reason that you guys have chosen to tune into. For today, I'm the teacher. I may not always be. You may watch 75 other people after me, but for today, you needed to hear that message. So don't get mad at me, because I'm always going to tell you what the truth is. And if they said keep it juicy, sis, that's what the fuck they meant. Okay? Take it up with them. It's above me. I love you guys. So good sharing energy with you. Come back and join me next time. We'll continue to evolve together. Oh, yes, K-Solid, it is August 4th. 8484. That's me. I love my numbers. They're very round and very beautiful. That's tomorrow. Yeah, it is tomorrow, Mr. Chalk Chalk. It is tomorrow. So maybe I won't see you guys tomorrow. See, the thing is, I don't really have anything planned. But here's the other thing. I do have something incredible planned. Stay tuned. It's not tomorrow, but it's an homage and honor of my birthday. It is something that's so special, probably the most special thing that I've ever done in my life. I'm excited, and when you see and know, you'll know and see, and you'll be very excited right along with me. Pray for me that all goes well. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for the happy birthday blessings. Pray for me. And the birthday wish this year is expansion in all ways. Jupiter energy, right? Not waistline, y'all. We're trying to get that snatched, smaller, cinched, but expansion financially, emotionally, lovingly, energy, sacrally, in all ways, always. So in all, A-L-L space W-A-Y-S, ways, always, A-L-W-A-Y-S. Got it? Expansion in all ways, always. That's my prayer for this new solar return. I adore you guys. I don't know why I feel like I'm going to cry. I'm very grateful for you guys. I feel so loved by you guys, and I'm so grateful. And so I just want you guys to know that y'all know I would cry, y'all. I'm an empath for real. And happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to all my other Leos. Leo season. We winning. We outside. I love you guys. All right, come back and join me next time. We'll continue to evolve together.